welcome to my channel. If this is the first time you're coming to my channel, you're highly welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I'm so happy to see you here again. So if you have not subscribed, kindly click on the subscribe button, like and share my videos. It will really go a long way in helping me grow my channel and reaching more audience. So thank you for doing that, and it actually costs nothing to do that. Okay, so today we are drafting a pattern for this dress you see on the thumbnail. The first thing we are going to be doing is we are going to be drafting the front piece. What I did here is from the top of my paper, I came down by half of an inch. That's my shoulder line. Then I'm marking my bust point as 10 inches, my under bust 13 inches, and my waistline as 16 inches. Then I added extra 1 inch, so I marked 17 inches there. That will serve as the joining, the inches I will use to join to the skirt part of this dress. So now I'm going to be ruling across all these my vertical measurement. I realized my pen wasn't visible enough, so I had to switch to a marker. Now I'm just repeating the lines, so that's basically what you see me do here. Afterwards, I'm going to label all my markings. So this is my bust line, my under bust line, and my waistline. Next thing I'll be doing is I'll be inputting my body measurement. So my shoulder is 7.5 inch. I'll go ahead and mark 7.5 inch there. Then from there I'll be coming down by 7.5 inch as well. So I'm just going to connect these 2 points together with my ruler, and I'm going to rule out a line there to serve as my chest line. This chest line is where my armhole curve will be sitting on. Okay, afterwards I'm going to be taking my armhole curve, so I'll just get half of whatever I have there. For me it's half of 7.5. I'll make a point there. You can just go ahead and fold your tape this way and get the point. Then from there I'll come in by half of an inch. So I'm going to go in by half of an inch. Now I'm just going to connect the point this way. And to get that armhole curve, I'm going to input my bust measurement divided by 4. So I'm going to mark 9 inches there. My bust is 36, and I'm just going to use my free hand to make a curve. If you have a curve drill, you can go ahead and do it and use it. This curve didn't really come out perfectly well, but yours can be better than this. We are just going to work with it this way, okay? All right, next I'm going to input my nipple to nipple measurement. So for me it's 3.5. Go ahead and input whatever your nipple to nipple measurement is. So I'm marking 3.5 on my bust line, my under bust line, and my waistline. Now from my bust line I'm going to come down by 1 inch. So I'll mark that point there. Now I'm just going to connect everything with my ruler. So the next thing we are going to do is we'll be taking that. Before then I'll just extend my chest line so it will just be like every other line. Okay, so for my dart, the side facing my center front, I'm going to be taking half inch. Then the side facing the side of this pattern, I'm going to be marking 1.5 inch. So I marked half inch and 1.5 inch to the other side. So I'll repeat this marking on my under bust line. I'll mark half inch to this side, 1.5 inch to the other side. Now I'll just connect with a straight rule from my under bust to my waistline. The lightning switched here and it's looking so bright. I wish it was just consistent this way. I don't know why it kept changing. Anyway, I'm connecting now to that 1 inch which I came down from my bust. Okay, so watch closely what I did there. I'm very sure you understand it. Next thing, I'll be taking my shoulder slant. Okay, so I'm coming down by 1 inch from my shoulder line, and I'm going in by 3 inches for my neck width, and I'm just going to slant it there to give me my shoulder slope. So you can just extend the chest line by 1 inch, or you can just leave it this way. It will still work perfectly. Okay, now I'm going to be inputting my shoulder dart. To get that, I'm going to get half of whatever I have there. So for me it's 4.5. So I'm going to get half of 4.5, make a point there, and from there I'll just connect to my bust line. Okay, I'll connect it to that nipple to nipple point on my bust line. So it's that easy. The next thing I'll be doing is I'll be taking my neck depth. Okay, so for my neck depth, I came down by 2 inches and I made a curve there. Okay, next thing I'll be inputting the sweetheart neckline, because this dress has a sweetheart neckline. So for this, what I'm going to be working with is I'm going to go from my bust line, I'm going to go up by 2 inches. You can decide to make it deep, you can decide to make it higher, it all depends on what you want, but I don't want my cleavage to show. So from my bust point, I'm going up by 2 inches. So if you want a little bit of cleavage, you can just come lower than mine. Okay, now I'm going to use my pencil to just make a curve, connecting it this way, like I'm about to draw like a cup, like that cup shape. So that is what I'm doing, and I'm blending it into my armhole area. So I first did that with my pencil before marking it with my marker so that it will be more visible. Next, I'll be taking a dart on that shoulder line. Okay, on that area where I just made that curve, I'll be taking a dart. So what I'll take is 1 inch dart on both sides. So I'm marking 1 inch on both sides, and I'm just going to connect with my ruler. Okay, so I'm connecting with my ruler. Next, I'll be inputting my body measurement. So my bust is 9, then I'll add 2 inches for sewing allowance. Then I'll measure whatever is in this dart. What I have there is 1.5 inch. I'll input it at the side, 1.5 inch, and then 2 inch for sewing allowance. I'll come to my bust line, and I'll input bust measurement divided by 4, which is 9. Then I'll measure whatever is there for that is about half of an inch, then 2 inch for sewing allowance. Next, I'll input my under bust measurement. Mine is 28 divided by 4 will give me 7. So I'll mark 7 there. Measure whatever is in that dart. What I have there is 2 inches. I'll input that 2 inches there, and I'll add 2 inches for sewing allowance. So I'll repeat this thing for my waistline. Waist is 28 divided by 4 is 7 as well. Input 2 inch for the dart, 2 inch for sewing allowance. So I'm just going to connect all these points together, then I'll cut this out. Okay, so we are done with drafting the front piece for this. This is the yoke area. I'm going to be using a net for this yoke area. Okay, so if you look at that picture closely, you see that the neck is actually higher, but I don't want the neck to be like a turtleneck for me. I want it to come down, so that's why I didn't make it high. If you want it to be exactly the way it looks in the picture, just extend the neck upwards to be higher. Okay, so now I'm just going to basically cut through all this. Okay, so I would really appreciate it if you drop a comment. I would love us to get interactive at the comment section. I would like to hear what you think about this video, so I can improve and so that I can learn from you as well. Okay, and don't forget to subscribe. Click on the subscribe button, please. It will go a long way in helping me build my channel, and share and like my video. Okay, so thank you for doing that. So this is the center front and side front. That's just what I labeled there, and we are done with the front piece. So now we'll be working on the back piece. Just like I did at the front, I'll rule a line. That line will serve as my shoulder line, and that's where I'm starting my vertical measurement from, my body measurement from. Okay, so from there I'm going to be marking my bust as 10 inches, my under bust as 13 inches, my half length as 17 inches. Okay, and I'm just going to rule a line across just like we did at the front pattern. After ruling this line, I'm just going to go ahead and label it like I did at the front part as my bust line, my under bust line, and my waistline. So next we'll be inputting my shoulder measurement. Okay, so my shoulder is 7.5 inch. I'll mark 7.5 inch there. From there I'll come down by 7.5 inch. So before then I came down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Then I'm going in by 3 inch for my neck depth. From there I'm going to make a slant to get my shoulder slant. So from that my shoulder slope, I'm going to come down by 7.5 inch. This is what I was saying at the front area at that time, that you can actually come down by 7.5 inch from there and label it as my chest line. Next I'm just going to connect from my shoulder slope to my chest line. Okay, then I'm going to be getting the mid point of this line so that I can make my armhole curve. I'll make a point there, then I'll input my bust measurement on my chest line. So for me it's 9 inches. Go ahead and input yours as well. So I'll make a point there, then I'll just make a curve to get my armhole curve. Next thing I'll be inputting my 3.5 inch for my dart. So I'll mark, that's my nipple to nipple measurement. Okay, so first I'll get my nipple to nipple measurement before inputting my dart. So that's what I'm doing. I mark 3.5 as my bust line, my under bust line, and my waistline, and I'm going to connect it with a straight rule. Next I'll be taking half inch dart on both sides. Okay, so I'm marking half inch at the left and right side. I'm going to connect it now, like I'm just trying to draw a triangle there. Okay, after this I'll be working on the neck area. So if you notice there is no zipper allowance on this, that is because there is no zip on this, on the back. What I have there is lacing. I'm going to lace the back. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm coming down by 1.5 inch for my neck depth, and I'm going to be making a curve there. Then from that 1.5 inch I'm going to be marking 1 inch downwards. That is the area where I'll be inputting my button. Now I want the center back area to have like a curve, like a circle kind of curve. So I'm going to go in by 2.5 inch on my chest line, and I'm just going to make a curve from that 1 inch that I marked this way, just the way you see me do now. So my center back is going to have that kind of opening there. Now I'm going to extend the wideness of my lace. Okay, so to do that I'm going to first make a curve, because I don't want this circle to be straight on the chest line area. I want it to have a curve. So I came down by half of an inch and I'm marking a curve there to give it a curve, that shape you see there. Okay, so now I'm going to extend the spacing for my lace. So I'm going to be marking 1.5 inch inwards again. So I'll mark it on that area where I just did a curve. I'll mark it on my bust line as well. I'll mark it on my under bust line. Then on my waistline I'll mark 1 inch. This is because I don't want it to be wide from my bust all the way to my waist. I want it to have to be like slant downwards, to slant, like make a V shape. Okay, so that is what you see me do here. So this area is the area where we'll be inputting like those holes. We'll be making holes so that our lacing will pass through it. Hope we understand this. Next, I'll be inputting my body measurements. So my bust is 36 divided by 4 is 9 inches. I'll go ahead and mark 9 inches. Then add 2 inches for sewing allowance. I'll repeat my bust measurement on my chest line, so I marked 11 inches there. My waist is 28 divided by 4 is 7 plus 2 inches is 9, so I'll mark 9 inches there. Then I'll return that 1 inch for my dart. I'll add it to the sides as well, so I'll mark 1 inch. So I'm going to be connecting my chest line to my waistline. Okay, and I'll just go ahead and cut this out. So after cutting this out, we are done with the pattern drafting for this tutorial. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button, like, share my video, and please drop a comment. Thank you for doing that. I'll be using this pattern to cut on my fabrics, so if this is what you'll be interested in, I would love you to see that tutorial as well, how I'll be making this beautiful dress. So watch out for my next video. Okay, as you can see, I'm cutting through that area which I made a slant, then I'm cutting through the dart. So if you don't want yours to have a dart, you can just go ahead and close up this dart and hold it down before cutting on your fabric. So it depends on you. So thank you guys for watching. See you in my next video where we'll be making the dress together. Remember to subscribe to my channel. Remember to like and share my video. The fabrics I'll be working with to make the dress. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe. Okay, bye.